Welcome to episode 5 of the Brilliant Brand Show today, in a special episode that I'm calling Extra Consideration. Welcome to the Brilliant Brands Show. I'm Justin Keller, former accidental marketer and creative director turned church branding expert and entrepreneur. Each episode, I'm unpacking the strategies that I've used to help churches all across America make their story, their brand visuals, and their marketing so brilliantly clear that it's impossible to ignore them. And now, it's your turn. I hope you're ready to challenge the way you see things, rebel against complacency, comfort, and conformity, and find your untold brilliance. Now, let the show begin. Welcome to episode 5 of the Brilliant Brand Show today, and a special episode that I'm calling Extra Consideration, where we talk a little bit more about the episode before, which episode 4, I talked about Brilliant Brands rule number 4, and that was that if it doesn't live everywhere, it doesn't live anywhere. And so today I'm going to talk to you about a brand that I think is brilliant, and a brand that exemplifies what it's like to really keep your promises. And that's really what I talked about in that last episode. So go back and check out that episode to get a little more background on what it means to be a brand that doesn't just communicate hype and fluff, that be a brand that's communicating and delivering on actions and not just speaking about great intentions. And so the brand I wanted to have us look at here today, it comes out of the book that I put out called Rebel Brands, and it's the 10 new rules for building brilliant brands. But in the book, I talked about Nordstroms and their return policy. I don't know if anybody out there listening has ever shopped at Nordstroms, but Nordstroms has the craziest return policy, and it's just their promise, and they deliver on it. So let me read their return policy to you, because this is interesting. It says, we don't actually have a return policy for purchases made at Nordstroms or at Nordstrom.com. We handle returns on a case-by-case basis with the ultimate objective of satisfying the customer. We stand behind our goods and services and want customers to be satisfied with them. We'll always do our best to take care of our customers. Our philosophy is to deal with them fairly and reasonably. We hope they will be fair and reasonable with us as well. So that return policy is pretty crazy. They don't have a return policy. It's basically just delight the customer, and I was one. I actually remember buying a pair of sunglasses from them, and I scratched them. I didn't buy them scratched. So Nordstroms, I'm telling on myself here right now, but I actually took them back to Nordstroms and showed them the scratched sunglasses, and guess what they did? They replaced them. Guess what they asked me? Nothing. No questions asked, not at all. They just delivered and backed up that brand promise that they were making about, hey, we're going to treat you fairly, and we just expect that you treat us fairly. And so that's our extra consideration today, is as a brand, it's one thing for them to put out a statement like that. But if that was just a statement and it wasn't true, it would be meaningless, and it would actually work against them. And so that's what we can learn from Nordstroms in this case, is that the statements we put out, they have to be true, right? They have to be things that we actually don't just have as good intentions, but we have them as actions that we back up and deliver on, and promises that we deliver on. So I want to challenge you today to think about the areas that your brand could be possibly stepping it up and being more accountable to delivering on the things that you say. And are you doing what it takes to really put people first in the brand experience? All right. So thanks for joining me on a special edition of the Brilliant Brand Show called Extra Consideration. I would love for you to go ahead and send me your comments, any questions and feedback that you have. Again, always just shoot me an email directly, justin@justinkeller.com. Keep the conversation going on social media using the handle @KellerThinks. And I would absolutely love for you to go ahead over to iTunes. It would mean a lot if you would subscribe, and especially if you feel like rating the show. If this is even just challenging you in one simple way, I would love to get a little rating from you. That would mean a lot to me. And the stuff that I read from you today in the book, you can find that book, my book, Rebel Brands, 10 New Rules for Building a Brilliant Brand, at brilliantbrands.com/resources. So I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. And until then, make today great.
Thank you for listening to today's episode. The Brilliant Brand Show is powered by Circle 50 Creative. You can learn more about how we help ministries solve critical ministry moments with the right message, brand visuals, and strategies at circle50.com.